Yeah, students, some bits I am sending. Just try to get answers. In next video, I am going to discuss with answers. Now, just I am giving some hints. The first question is, which of the following reaction is a redox reaction? Among the given options, try to find which is involved in oxidation and reduction. If you are able to find oxidation and reduction in a given reaction, you can consider it is a redox reaction. Question number 2. See this. For the redox reaction, MnO4 minus plus C2O4 minus 2 plus H plus gives rise to Mn plus 2 plus CO2 plus H2O. The correct coefficient of the reactant for the balanced reaction. To get this answer, you have to balance the reaction. How many moles of MnO4 minus, how many moles of oxalate ions, and how many H plus ion involved, you can find after balancing of the reaction. Try to do it. And question number 3. The total number of electrons involved in the oxidation of C2O4 minus 2 gives rise to CO2 is C2O4 minus 2 name is oxalate ion. Oxalate ion converted to carbon dioxide. Here the change of the oxidation number in C2O4 minus 2 is plus 3, in CO2 is plus 4. So everyone expecting plus 3 converted to plus 4, there is a change of only 1 electron. But answer is different. Try to find that answer because 2 carbons there. Right? Question number 4. The number of electrons involved in the reaction of Cr2O7 minus 2. Cr2O7 minus 2 is dichromate ion. The dichromate ion converted into Cr plus 3. Here the change of the chromium oxidation number is plus 6 converted to plus 3. So everyone expecting the change of the electron, number of electrons participated in this reaction only 3. But answer is different because of 2 chromiums there. Try to get it. Question number 5. The species undergoing electronation in the reaction is. So electronation means addition of electron. Addition of electrons is known as electronation. In the given reaction, Zn plus Cu plus 2 gives rise to Zn plus 2 and Cu. So in this reaction, which one accepted electron 1 is considered as a electronation. Try to do it. Next question number 6. In the reaction unbalanced, the given reaction is unbalanced, C2O4 minus 2 is oxalate ion plus MnO4 minus plus H plus gives rise to Mn plus 2 plus CO2 plus H2O. The reductant is. So the reductant, which one involved in oxidation, which one involved in reduction, based on you can find the answer. Substance undergoing oxidation one is reducing agent or reductant. A substance which undergoing reduction one is acts as oxidant. Okay, you can find it now. Next, question number 7. The number of electrons needed to be added to the reactant side for this reaction. NO3 minus converted to NO plus. So NO3 minus, try to find nitrogen oxidation number, and NO also calculate oxidation number. You can find the how many electrons we need to add. Question number 8. Question number 8. Among the given options, which one is a correct word for the acting as a oxidizing agent? The oxidizing agent is a substance which in its electrons to the other substance. From other substance it accepts electron or loses electron based concept. Question number 9. The oxidant and reductant spaces respectively of the reactant in the reaction. Br2 plus OH minus gives rise to Br minus plus BrO3 minus plus H2O. In this reaction, which one oxidant, which one reductant is the question. The oxidant and reductant species respectively of the reactants, only from the reactants, which one involved in oxidation, which one involved in reduction. This is the special concept because This is example for disproportionation reaction. Question number 10. The number of electrons involved in the reaction iO3 minus plus H2O plus electron gives rise to I minus. He is asking, the question is how many electrons involved. So if you are able to calculate iodine oxidation number in iO3 minus, you can get answer. You can very easily get answer. iO3 minus iodine oxidation number is plus 5, and right side product side iodine I minus is called iodide ion. Their oxidation number is minus 1. So you can imagine that how many electrons involved during the conversion of plus 5 into minus 1. Question number 11. The strongest oxidizing agent. Here all the given options are halogens only, and this is a well familiar question. Among the total periodic table, 7th group elements are strong oxidizing agents. From the 7th group, which one acts as strong oxidizing agent, you can find. Question number 12. With NaOH, the halogen which does not undergo disproportion. So halogens usually participate in disproportion reaction, means which able to exhibit 3 oxidation number. Whatever element participate in disproportion, it should exhibit minimum 3 oxidation number. That is a rule, because disproportion means oxidation and reduction. Existing oxidation number is 1 and decreasing oxidation number is 1, increasing oxidation number is 1. So which halogen unable to exhibit 3 oxidation state is considered is not going to participate in disproportion. Try to get it. Question number 13. Which of the following can exhibit both oxidizing and reducing agent? If the element able to exhibit lower oxidation, both the side oxidation numbers, increasing and decreasing possible, such type of substances can act as oxidizing as well as reducing agent. In SO2, sulfur oxidation number is plus 4. In SO3, sulfur oxidation number is plus 6. In H2S, sulfur oxidation number is minus 2. In H2SO4, sulfur oxidation number is plus 6. So for any element in any compound, any element, if it is exhibit its highest oxidation number, only undergoes reduction, acts as oxidizing agent. If the element exhibits its lowest oxidation number, only undergoes oxidation, acts as reducing agent. And if the intermediate oxidation states, there is a chance for exhibiting oxidation and reducing. Oxidation and reduction means oxidizing as well as reducing agent. So try to get the concept again. Element with its highest oxidation state participate in chemical reaction, only undergoes reduction, acts as oxidizing agent. If the element exhibiting lowest oxidation state only undergoes oxidation, acts as reducing agent. If the element exhibits between oxidation and intermediate oxidation state, can participate in oxidation and reduction, acts as oxidizing as well as reducing agent. Question number 14. In the reaction, 3Mg plus N2 gives rise to Mg3N2. Magnesium reacts with nitrogen forming magnesium nitride. In this process, magnesium reduced, magnesium oxidized, nitrogen is oxidized, none of the above. So by calculating oxidation number, you can find what is the change of the magnesium oxidation number. If it is participating in oxidation, it is considered as an oxidized element. Next, question number 15. NH4NO3 name is ammonium nitrate. If you are able to split the compound like NH4 plus and NO3 minus, you can find the nitrogen oxidation number. This is the very craziest question, many times repeated in competitive examination. And question number 16. Which of the following is wrong statement? H2S exhibits reducing properties. H2S exhibiting reducing properties. HNO3 exhibit oxidizing properties. HNO2 exhibit both oxidizing and reducing properties. SO2 exhibit only oxidizing property but not reducing property. Just now we had a discussion regarding this. Try to find wrong. Which of the following is a wrong statement? Okay. Next, question number 17. It's a simple one. Oxidation state of sulfur in S site. In molecular state, in element oxidation number is what? This is the question. Very easy to get. And question number 18. which of the following metal exhibit more than one oxidation state? If the element exhibits variable oxidation state is considered more than oxidation state. Here sodium, magnesium, aluminum, iron. Among these elements only one element exhibits variable oxidation state. Question number 19. Which of the following can act as oxidizing as well as reducing agent? Use the oxidation number concept. Given options are SO2, HNO2, both 1 and 2, Cl2O7. And the last question. In which of the following metal has lesser oxidation state? If you are